And we are back on Take Action News. This is Richard Eskow, RJ Eskow, your new host of this program. And we will be talking in a moment with Neil Sroka. Neil is the Communication Director of Democracy for America, excuse me, which some of you may know as Howard Dean's organization. It was originally founded by Dr. Dean in order to recruit progressive candidates at all levels of government, and in keeping with our theme for this half of the hour of concentrating on change at the state as well as national level, we wanted to talk to Neil a little bit about that battle. Neil, are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here, RJ. Great to be with you.
Well, thanks for coming on. Let's talk a little bit about how it's looking at the state level. We got an election coming up. It's an election year congressionally, but how are those legislatures and state houses looking for 2014?
Well, listen, I think that we have a tremendous opportunity as progressives to really take back power in a critical way. I think far too many of us really kind of learned in the worst way possible following the 2010 election what it means to lose state houses across the country and also gubernatorial races across the country. For a lot of us, there was this realization when Scott Walker tried to take away the rights of unions in Wisconsin and the rights of workers to organize that, holy cow, there's a tremendous amount of power at the state level, and what state legislators do and do not do can really destroy the very fabric of our society and really hurt directly working families everywhere. And so, Democracy for America, as you so eloquently put, we were founded after the 2004 election to help elect progressive candidates across the country. We like to say from dog catcher to president. But in reality, that means that we all levels of government, we support candidates and through from hearing from our members who they like and, provide material support as well as training support, to these candidates. And in 2013, we, relaunched, as a part of that effort, what we called our Purple Blue Project, which was an effort to take back state houses across the country, particularly states that were purple, and make them decisively Democratic. And so we started that program in Virginia this past year, which had its election, as we all know, in the fall of 2013. We supported well over a dozen candidates, 5 major candidate sports. We won one of those races and then got extremely close in a number of the other races that we endorsed in. And, part of supporting progressive candidates means getting in early and getting in deep with a lot of these candidates, knowing that sometimes progressives don't always win their first election. It takes a lot of time, talent, and resources and experience, honestly, to win elections. And, even in cases where we don't win on the first election, that lays the groundwork for amazing, follow-up candidacies. And that's why, for instance, Democracy for America got behind Annie Kuster, a candidate that ran for Congress in 2010. She lost in 2010, but she laid the great groundwork for a second campaign and won in 2012. And we have tons of examples where, people don't win the first time around, but will win the second time around. And so, go ahead.
No, I think that's a great point, and I was just going to ask you, what do you see as the battleground states? I know you focus all around the country. Are there any states you're particularly concentrating on or you think are in play in 2014?
Well, I think that's a great question. Montana is going to be a huge opportunity, I think, for progressives. That's a state where, thanks to really strong campaign finance laws, there are real restrictions on how much big money corporations can dump in to races, and that gives a lot of power to organizations like Democracy for America, which organize our members. We have about 1 million members across the country to donate directly to candidates themselves. So those individuals, because they believe in what these candidates are kind of providing or talking about, can contribute at a $25, $30 level, and that can really fight back against corporations, which in Montana can only, I think, give a few $100s. So Montana is going to be a place where we're really excited about going. And we're already looking at, in 2015, looking forward to going back to Virginia, where there is that's going to be the real fight. Whereas in this time around, we were fighting for the state house, which Republicans control a lot more of. The state Senate in Virginia is tied, and right now, fortunately, Democrats won a number of constitutional offices, so we kind of have a very bare majority with the election of the Attorney General or the governor there, and that will allow us to basically what we're hoping for is in 2015, Democrats can retake the Senate, which would really kind of flip and remind folks again that Virginia isn't this red state anymore. It's purple and slowly turning, decisively Democratic. So Virginia in 2015 and in 2014 looked to Montana. Iowa.
I think that's a great point, and I by the way, I think it was just a Freudian slip when you said Attorney General, because you were probably thinking of Ken Cuccinelli, the Republican Attorney General and gubernatorial candidate. I think Terry McAuliffe's campaign slogan was, "At least I'm not Cuccinelli." But listen,
yeah.
Neil, if people want to know more about your work and how to support it, where should they go online?
Yeah, go to democracyforamerica.com. That's all one word. Democracyforamerica.com. You can learn about our Purple Blue Project, as well as find out about. There's a really easy way to search for candidates in your area. The great thing about DFA's million members is that we, our members are active in races all across the country. So no matter where you are, you'll be able to find a candidate that is vying for the DFA endorsement. And you can take a look at them and really make sure that they're reflecting your values and help them secure a DFA endorsement.
All right. Thanks so much for being with us, Neil. Democracy for America, keep up the great work, and thanks for joining us on Take Action News.
Great. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
You bet. And we will be right back after this break. Thanks for being with us. Stick with us.